All right, it is knife time. Coming to this beautiful Bowie Thursday afternoon here at Jungle Forge. We're gonna make this a quick one. Gotta run an errand real quick before the sun goes down and gets even more chilly than it is. So today we're gonna get into the Winchester, not sure what model it is, Bowie knife. It's a Bowie knife and it says Winchester on it. And I received this as a Christmas present in 2011 or 2012. I think it was 2012 from an old friend's uncle. Gave me this for Christmas. And I was like, man, that's a pretty cool Bowie knife. And I took it, and it came in this ballistic nylon sheath with, thankfully, a plastic liner. And I strapped this thing to the roll bar, the roll cage of my rock crawler. And it has, till a few weeks ago, it has been there since 2012, Christmas of 2012. Strapped right here. So I always had a knife handy. That was my rock crawler Jeep knife. And I've only used this knife once that I recall in one situation. And that was, I was taking some crazy shortcut through the mountains from Washoe Valley, Nevada to Virginia City, Nevada. And it was just like a waterfall of big boulders. And I was going up it and I hit this one little area and there was a cliff on this side. And by a little slip that happened, my butt end of my rig, my Jeep was hanging off this cliff. And that was not very comfortable. And I thought for a moment what I could do, and what I did was I used this Bowie knife, and I had my handyman jack, but I used this Bowie knife, and I hacked a pretty good size limb off this pine tree, and used that to get underneath my rear wheel that was off the ledge, and to get back up on the trail. And so this just always stayed in my little rock crawler Jeep. But it's been sitting a long time because I blew the clutch up there a while back. And I've had other toys I've been playing with, so I pulled this out, and I have no idea what steel this is, but it has to be a pretty high stainless steel. Let's see, there's a lot of chromium in it and some nickel because it's been out there for years and years and years in all kinds of weather, with not really any cover, just in this scabbard, and it didn't rust at all. The handle had got a little sun faded and some minute little, weathering to it, and so I just slathered it for a few days in linseed oil. And back then, I was always carrying around more higher dollar knives, so I was like, oh, this is a good beater truck knife, basically. It goes in my rig. But since I pulled it out a few weeks ago and we've been cleaning it up a little bit, I kind of am admiring it because it's kind of very Randall-y. I think it's the 14 or the 16 that has the very groovy handle. And it's even got a little nod to the Randall cut out there. If it was just a little bit bigger, it'd be a usable choil. If you have carny person hands, or you want to put your pinky there for some odd reason, it might work. But yeah, it does have nice, beautiful hardwood handles that will stand up to a lot of weathering. There happens to be a brass sleeved lanyard hole, and I can see you through that lanyard hole. With a couple brass pins. I believe this is like a hidden full tang. It's pretty tough. I have chopped a 4-inch, 5-inch across limb off a tree with this in the olden times. It's not a sharpened clip point. That's a false edge, but those do the thing for the most part. A nice double brass guard. I even brought out a tape measure because I don't think they make anything. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know if they do still make this. I wouldn't mind getting another one of these just to have as a backup, or maybe modify a little bit, make this more of a working choil or something. but this one stays the way it is. This has about an 8 3/4 inch long blade. It's 14 inches about overall, hair over. And the blade at its widest point is about an inch and almost 1 3/4 inches, just under 1 3/4 inches. If you do see one of these, it's a pretty cool Bowie knife, a Winchester Bowie boy. It's quite lively in hand. The finger grooves, even though they put designations for your fingers, you can get back. I mean, it's a pretty good size handle. Pretty much any size hand would fit this. I have a large size hand, and you know, I could go back a whole knuckle on this if I wanted to and still have plenty of good grip. This is probably a 7 series stainless, I would imagine, or maybe even a 440. It is a little over, I'd say, maybe a smidge over an 1/8 inch. It's a pretty cool knife. And it's one that's just been kind of chilling in the outside for a long time for me. And I was like, you know what? Respect to thy Bowie boys. Around the time I was doing this for a while, you know, because when I do Bowie Thursdays, I'm always searching for a different Bowie to show. And this is one of those. I think they're pretty cool. If they still make them, let me know. I think they make one that's similar, but has a different handle shape from what I could find. But if you can find one of these, and you're a Bowie collector, this would be a cool piece to your collection. If I recall, these were not pricey at all when they were being sold, like in Walmarts and the like. They're around 20, 21 bucks if I recall. And the sheath is pretty good, and that plastic pocket in there is what I attribute to keeping this blade in such good shape and such horrid weather conditions for about a decade. It's got the Chernobyl Pony extendo loop with the double snap things. I never used those. Like I said, this was just up here on my roll cage in case I needed a piece of cheesecake. All right. I hope everybody's week is going all right. I've been working on some new video stuff. I've been learning some video stuff because that way I can take and go on adventures and stuff and put some pieces together, and we can make some adventure videos that will not have to be separate videos because I'm learning things. Uncle Junk is not the most technologically advanced person there is, so you'll have to give me patience with this process that I'm learning as we go on with the channel. All right, guys. There it is for Bowie Thursday. This Winchester Bowie blaster. That is my smudge fingerprints. That's not much discoloring on this blade. I gave it a good old wipe, but not good enough, I reckon. All right. I'll talk to you guys after a while. I got some other EDC type stuff to show you. Don't forget to watch Top Knot.